What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about all challenges and rewards as a part of both 420 events coming to Modern Warfare 3. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and here in the background we do have some early gameplay of Growhouse, a brand new 6v6 map that is going to be dropping later this week. It's currently available to try out over in private matches in case you guys weren't aware, and yes, I think a lot of folks who played Vanguard did probably notice that this is a reimagining of Sphere. Fun fact for you, over in the Season 3 creator call, Sledgehammer did confirm to us that Growhouse was the original version of Sphere that was going to drop during Vanguard cycle, but the 420 event for that game ended up getting cut, hence why they ended up changing the scenery and aesthetic of the map to what we know as Sphere. But it looks like they got to bring out the original version of the map here for Modern Warfare 3. So I think it's great that they ended up holding onto this map and didn't drop it right at the start of our third season. I think Cold War did this a few times as well, where you'll start off a season with a number of new maps, and then you save one for maybe a week or two after the season begins, on top of the extra maps that are being saved for the mid-season update. I think doing it that way really feels like it's keeping the game fresh nearly every single week. But we do have plenty of content going up over on detonated.com for those that want some article coverage of multiplayer Warzone and Zombies, Warzone Mobile, loadouts, CDL, and even some bundles. Plus, there are plenty of tweets every single hour on Detonated's Twitter. Now, April 20th is, of course, an upcoming Saturday, but looks like this week is going to kick off the big celebration inside of Call of Duty. Let's start off with some of the bundles that are going to be releasing. So, although we don't have any bundle release dates since they no longer leak out and Call of Duty doesn't publish them in their blog post anymore, we still know about what's going to be in some of these bundles that are going to be releasing. So first off, Cheech and Chong. It'll cost about, I think, 3,000 COD points. It'll feature both Cheech and Chong as operators. You get still smoke and tracers on a couple of blueprints, one for the MTZ, one for the HRM, and even one for the Haymaker. You're also going to get up in smoke death effects, the secondhand smoke finishing move, then the B Mellow and Cheech and Chong's Seltzer weapon charms, followed by the Blunt Buddies loading screen. There's also the Stoney Sloth Tracer pack, which is actually a skin for price, surprisingly. You're going to be looking at the Sloth skin himself, Blaze tracers on a couple of blueprints, one for the WSP Swarm and another for the XRK Stalker Sniper. You're going to see Ding Dong Your Bong death effects, as well as the Leafy Green's large decal, slow roll and weapon sticker, the slow and unsteady animated emblem, the letter rip weapon charm, followed by a 1-hour double battle pass XP token. Now there might be another bundle or two that are also going to release at some point throughout Season 3 that are kind of themed around 420, but don't feature any tracers or crazy operator skins, but the ones I just mentioned are, of course, the important ones that are going to be heavily marketed. Now, before we continue, I just wanted to remind you about MitchCactus.com, where you can get assistance granting camos, nukes, or schematics in MW3. These guys do not use unlock tools or any bannable methods and will actually help you play the game. Mitch Cactus is also supported by Trustpilot with over 10,000 verified reviews. You can use code DYNAMITE for a limited time to save 5% off your order. Now, what's also really interesting is a couple of days ago, following the launch of Season 3, gameplay ended up surfacing of what appears to be another map called Get High, which seems to be a small, different type of experience, kind of similar to Free Run from Black Ops 3. Seems to be a parkour type LTM for multiplayer. Gameplay did surface, and I'll leave all the credit down below. I believe Bob Network UK ended up posting gameplay of it over on Twitter. There were articles written about it all over the internet, and none of it ended up getting DMCA claimed, so it should be safe to talk about here within this video. But I'm assuming this experience is going to end up releasing with the launch of our challenge events, as we're going to get to in a second, or it could even be some cut content. Hopefully it's not, because I think we need some more parkour type of experiences like we saw with Free Run in Black Ops 3, just an extra type of fun mode that maybe you could jump into while waiting to get into a match, while you're lobby surfing. That would be cool if you can access it through somewhere in one of the tabs up top while you're in a lobby, unless you have to go into a private match or somewhere else in the game to actually access this. It's something different that we really haven't seen in just about any previous Call of Duty title, so let's see what ends up happening with this Get High map, and are there rewards for, beating this in a certain amount of time? Are there milestones? Really curious as to what's going to happen with this, since it, of course, was not marketed with the recent Season 3 blog post. Now, within the Battle Pass menu, you could see a timer currently counting down to the beginning of the 420 celebration, so that should be starting this Wednesday, likely at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is 11 o'clock Central and 12 o'clock Eastern. I'll keep you guys posted on the exact start times once you learn more information. I'll provide some updates in the Detonated article linked down below, and it'll also be in the pinned comment. But it does look like the Godzilla x Kong Battle for Hollow Earth event will end on Wednesday as well, as this new event does begin. There's actually two different challenge events. One is for Modern Warfare 3 called Blaze Up, with challenges for multiplayer and zombies, while there's a separate event for Warzone called High Trip, which will also feature a separate set of challenges. So we don't have the exact number of kills you have to get for each challenge. I will update the article once that information is learned, but what you have to do for each challenge did leak out a bit early on Twitter. Twitter. So we have get X operator kills with a cooked frag or a thermal barrack grenade. Get X operator kills with the Dragon's Breath attachment equipped while sliding, or, and we're not sure what the other requirement is, get X operator clean kills with the akimbo attachment equipped. That means going ahead and killing an enemy before they end up shooting you. We next up have get X operator quickscope kills with the Stalker Boots perk equipped. Then get X operator kills while in smoke with the Jack Purifier attachment equipped. Hit X operators with tear gas with the Tac Mask perk equipped. Use the stim or battle rage X amount of times. Get X operator kills within 20 seconds in 1 life. Then get X operator stuck grenade kills with the Grenader vest equipped. I believe that's just a demolition vest if I'm not mistaken. Get X operator direct impact launcher kills. And lastly, deploy an inflatable decoy field upgrade. So we have well over 10 different challenges here for multiplayer, and I'm assuming you'll end up getting a reward for each one. Some of the rewards are likely XP tokens, but when it comes to zombies, we have the following. Get X kills with stamina up active. You could of course spawn in with that if you have the schematic or maybe one in your acquisition stash. Kill X abominations. Kill X hellhounds with shotguns. Get X critical kills with snipers, marksmen, or battle rifles. Get X kills shortly after reloading with speed cola active. Complete X amount of contracts. Destroy X amount of vehicles. Get X kills with a wall buy weapon. Destroy X harvester orbs, which you could find randomly around the map, typically around the outskirts. Get X brain rot zombie kills, and keep in mind you could spawn in with that ammo mod if you have an acquisition or the permanent schematic. And lastly, get X mercenary critical kills. So that means headshots on the AI that are not zombies, the soldiers that you'll find in strongholds, in some of the mercenary camps, the fortresses. Now it appears a mastery reward for completing at least one set of challenges in either multiplayer or zombies will reward players with the Blaze Up blueprint. Now as of now, there's very limited footage and some limited images of what this blueprint looks like. You can get a small glimpse of it from the Season 3 roadmap, but it looks like some footage did get posted by somebody online who I think interpreted this blueprint as something a part of the Sloth bundle, which we went over earlier, because there is a Sloth icon on the blueprint itself. Notice how the blueprint is a bit animated though. Credit to COD Warfare Forum for this clip. I believe this was posted over on Rumble. The blueprint does look pretty good. I don't believe we'll feature any tracers, but it's still a pretty worthwhile blueprint. I mean, I think we've seen a lot of underwhelming blueprints for various challenge events. Typically, camos are a lot more popular and a lot better received, but this blueprint does look like it'll be worth the extra grind here for grinding in multiplayer or zombies. Now, the challenges you have to do in MP or zombies don't really require an in-depth walkthrough since they're pretty straightforward, don't require any wacky type of objectives or confusing tasks. They're all pretty easy, but yeah, it still will take you a decent amount of time to finish either set. But then when it comes to Warzone, things are a little bit different. So there is a separate series of challenges through a new LTM coming to Resurgence. This is called High Trip. I believe this will be played in Rebirth Island, but it's maybe even possible they add this LTM onto Fortune's Keep if they cycle that map back into the rotation. But as it says, players will need to collect gummies to sharpen their senses and gain power-ups. This really sounds like something similar to the Temp V LTM that we saw for the Boys collaboration not too long ago, where as you go ahead and open certain chests or just loot things in general around your Warzone map, you'll end up finding this new field upgrade or this new ability that'll grant you some powers. So I guess in this case, it might not be a field upgrade, but instead, if you loot the gummies out of a chest and you interact with them, it'll give you a power-up. We're not sure what the power-ups exactly are, but there might be some hints that have leaked out. So one is called Fill Up, one is called Green Boost, one is called High Focus, another one is called Loot Blast. So you can kind of make a guess as to what probably happens to your character when you take some of these gummies. It's unclear how many there are. There might just be 4 different power-ups total, but this mode should be dropping as of this Wednesday. We'll be live streaming the entire thing here on the channel, in which I'll probably make a follow-up video to this one once we learn more about the rewards and what you can actually do within this new LTM. Now, the challenges that leaked out for this Warzone update include the following. Reduce the Resurgence timer for a total of X seconds in a single match, trade X keycards from a biometric scanner at a buy station, then open X loot caches in a single Resurgence match on Rebirth Island, activate the X near the factory on Rebirth, use squad rage on all your teammates at once, then during infill, land in the gondola using the parachutes on Rebirth Island. Next, eliminate X players while having an active power-up gummy in High Trip Resurgence, have all 4 power-up gummies active at once in High Trip Resurgence, and collect X gummies in High Trip, buy X players back from the buy station in Resurgence, and then complete all event challenges. So looks like you can actually stack these gummy power-ups, which is actually pretty cool. Didn't even know this until I read this for the commentary right now. So it's a bit different from the Temp V update that we saw for the Boys collab not too long ago. It looks like some of these can also be done in just regular Resurgence. Not all of them require you to play High Trip, but some of them do. So we have to wait for the mode to drop at some point later this week. Now, if you guys want more information about key cards and the biometric scanners on Rebirth, I will leave that video and article linked down below, since There's some other rewards tied to just those key cards alone, but what are the odds that as I was finishing this video, I was just about to hit render, all of a sudden leaker Reality UK over on Twitter did go ahead and reveal all of the individual rewards for this event, and it's like I predicted, there'll be a set of rewards, I think upwards of like 10 or 11, and you have the option of unlocking that reward in each of the 3 modes, whether it's multiplayer, Warzone, or zombies. So the challenges themselves that we just went over are correct, but now we have the exact number of kills you may need per challenge thanks to this leak. But the rewards do include a double XP consumable. We have a weapon sticker called Hot Out of the Uppin', a Wilson Killstreak skin. We also have a charm called High as Duck. We then have the Seeing Sound weapon sticker, followed by the Utterly Inspiring emblem, the Bro You're Out of This World calling card, a double weapon XP token, the Every Second an Hour large decal, a Battle Pass tiered skip, and a double Battle Pass XP token that lasts around an hour. But a secret challenge was discovered and was posted by the data miners a few days ago, and that is to win a game of High Trip Resurgence. If you do that, you apparently unlock the That's a Lot of Molecules universal camo. So this is considered a secret challenge, I believe, outside of this event, and there's a list of other secret challenges on Rebirth Island, which I just covered in a separate video earlier this morning. I did mention this in that video too, but just to include this here today, this is also a 420 themed reward. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. This is everything we know so far about both upcoming challenge events for Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. There's a big 420 celebration happening, right? You got 2 maps, several bundles, a whole LTM. Stay tuned for further updates in the article on Detonated, and I'll be making follow-up videos to this one as the event does end up releasing. But stay tuned for my stream as well, where we're going to go ahead and beat this live with you guys out there, prize some open lobbies. Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.